Okay, let's dive in. Think about this for a second. You remember learning, probably in school, right, that different bits of your tongue taste different things.
Oh, yeah.
Like sweetness is right on the tip, maybe bitterness way at the back, sourness on the sides. It's that classic tongue map. It feels like something everyone just knows. Part of how our senses work.
And you know what's really interesting here is that this diagram, this map we all sort of accept, it might actually be completely wrong.
Completely?
Well, fundamentally, yeah. So our mission today in this deep dive is to kind of peel back those layers. We want to uncover what's actually happening when you taste something.
Okay.
Based on, more recent research, we're going to rethink how your tongue really works.
So this picture, this idea of the tongue being all neatly divided up, like zones for taste, it's so ingrained. I mean, you see diagrams everywhere.
Exactly.
But if that's not right, then where did it even come from? How did such a pervasive idea get started?
That's a great question. Because that tongue map we all kind of picture, it's not just a little bit off. It's based on a real misunderstanding.
Okay.
It actually goes back to the early 20th century. There's German research by a scientist named D.P. Hanig.
Hanig? Okay.
Right? And he was studying where people felt certain tastes most intensely. But see, his work was later sort of misinterpreted. And crucially, mistranslated into English decades later.
Mistranslated?
Yeah. And that translation presented these small differences in sensitivity as if they were absolute exclusive zones, which wasn't what Hanig originally found.
Wow. Okay. A historical mistranslation led to this. So we've basically been teaching this error for generations. That's kind of remarkable.
It is pretty remarkable.
So how did it stick around for so long? And what did the newer research, maybe from the 80s or 90s, what did that actually find that corrected this?
Precisely. Yeah, that map came from a misunderstanding of Hanig's work, which just showed relative sensitivity differences, tiny ones, not these walled-off areas.
Right.
And today's leading taste researchers, they confirm taste buds aren't specialized by where they are.
So not specialized.
No. Each taste bud, doesn't matter where it sits on your tongue, it has various receptor cells inside.
Yeah.
And these cells can detect all the main tastes: sweet, salty, bitter, sour.
All of them, everywhere.
Yep. So you absolutely can taste sweetness at the back of your tongue or bitterness right at the tip.
That is a huge difference from what I learned. So, okay, if all the taste buds are basically universal detectors, then how do we actually perceive these tastes so distinctly? What's the real mechanism if it's not about where on the map?
This is where it gets really cool and where the understanding sort of deepens.
Okay.
So while all taste buds can detect all tastes, the key insight now is it's about the timing of perception and maybe the density of certain receptors in certain areas. It's not about exclusive location.
Timing.
Yeah, think of it less like a static map and more like a real-time network.
Yeah.
When you bite into something sweet, receptors all over your tongue pick up that sweetness. But the signals from, say, the very tip might just reach your brain a fraction of a second faster.
Yeah.
Giving you that first strong hit of sweetness across your whole mouth, really, even while other areas are also busy registering it.
So it's about which signals get processed first by the brain and how it all comes together, like integration.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Some areas, maybe the tip, might just have a slightly higher concentration of sweet receptors. Doesn't mean others don't have them, just maybe fewer.
Got it.
So that signal might register, a millisecond or two faster. That kicks off the sweet sensation. But then your brain very quickly pulls together all the signals from everywhere, from all these widely spread out cells into that rich, complex flavor you actually experience.
A whole tongue orchestra, not just little solo sections.
That's a great way to put it, a dynamic orchestra.
Yeah.
And understanding this is really important for, everything from food science to why you might prefer certain tastes over others.
That genuinely changes how I think about eating. So, okay, let's recap the core surprise here from this deep dive. That classic tongue map, the one we all learned. Yeah.
Complete myth. Turns out it came from a misreading, a mistranslation of science from like a century ago. The big takeaway.
Yeah.
Your taste buds aren't location specialists.
That's absolutely right. All those main tastes, sweet, salty, bitter, sour, you can perceive them pretty much anywhere in your mouth where you have taste buds.
Right.
Now, some spots might feel a touch more intense for one taste, perhaps due to receptor density, but the crucial shift is understanding it's about the speed and the integration of the signals. It's not about place. It's about what you register first as part of that whole mouth experience.
Okay, so next time you take a bite of something, could be sweet, could be savory, maybe even something bitter. Think about not where you're tasting it on some imaginary map,
Mm-hmm.
but think about that amazing, super fast journey of perception that's happening all across your tongue at once.
Mm.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other facts about our senses might be waiting for their own deep dive?